Good afternoon. Michael G. Davis here, Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. Another installment of Making the Biz in 5 minutes or less. As I say in the bottom, there's a lot that goes into making a business, and I like to talk about it every now and again. So we're going to talk about protecting the family. I didn't do Making the Biz on Thursday. It was a reason that I didn't do it because I was actually on a field trip with my youngest daughter. I actually posted it on Facebook. Called her one of my number one clients, because the biggest thing that you have to understand when you're running a business is that you got to keep your family as a priority, right? I know as for me, it's God, family, then business. Say that again: God, family, and then business. But it's one thing to say that your family is a priority to you. It's another thing to show it. So all of Thursday, we went to the Natural Museum of Science, and I was able to spend some time with my youngest. Now, when I make a statement like that, you have to understand that when you're running a business, you have to have it structured in such a way to where you can afford to leave it for an entire day and the bottom not fall out. So, how do you do that? It's important that you have systems in place, right? It's important that you have the right people at the helm. It's even important that the way that you have it set up on your smartphone, you can still engage a little bit in business. Because even while I was at the Natural Museum of Science, I was still able to send out some emails. I was still able to respond to some text messages, as well as engage with my staff at the office to make sure that we were able to continue to get deals done, continue to get business done. But that's stuff that you got to put in place on a daily basis. You always have to be looking for a way to, if I'm not at work, can business still get done? If my asset isn't in the seat, can things still get accomplished? So that's a constant, everyday work that we're constantly working on, because that's what's going to determine the level of service that you're able to provide. So, in addition to that, it's also extremely important to find those opportunities whenever you're running a business to spend time in areas or arenas that are outside of what would be specifically deemed as your business arena. I'll give you an example. So while we were at the Natural Museum of Science spending time with my youngest, I happened to be one of my oldest teachers' son is in class with my daughter, and whenever a teacher's child is going on a field trip, the teachers at the school that my children attend are able to go on field trips. And based on being at the museum, spending time with my daughter, I was able to have a conversation with that teacher, and come to find out her husband and her are actually in the market, met with them, and we're going to be helping them purchase a home. So now, did I know that when I decided that I was going to spend time with my little girl because she was important to me, more important in my business? Did I know that it was going to pay off for me? No, I didn't know that. But what I have found out is that when you keep your priorities in the right manner, then it pays off. You know, the universe takes care of you. The spirit, God, He takes care of you for putting in priority those things that He's blessed you with. So, it ended up being a great time. My little girl, loves when we're able to hang out. Matter of fact, it was a couple of other people that was on the trip with us that not necessarily ready now, but I'm nurturing the relationships. So it's always good for me to see them and remind them, hey, this is gonna be the year that we're gonna put you in a home, because as Brooks and Davis puts people in houses, that's how we fund our business. So keep your family as a priority. It's well worth it. It's gonna pay off for you, and trust me, it's the way to go. All right, guys, you have a great one. God willing, we'll be talking on Thursday. Bye.